It's January 1st, 2024, and today I'm 10 months out since my right total knee replacement. How am I doing? Well, I have not yet recovered 100%. What I have going on is that just above the knee, I still have some issues with my muscles in my knee, and I think with some of the ligaments and tendons. And that particularly on the outside of the knee, I get a very tight feeling if I'm sitting for a while, and when I first stand up, my knee feels really tight. Now, it will bend. This morning I did a bit of a workout of knee bending exercises, and when I finished those, I got my goniometer out and measured my knee bend, and I was getting to an average of 125 degrees for 3 measurements. I think the peak one was 128. So, and the minimum was 122. So, it's not too bad. And that's certainly enough for everything I want to do. Now, it's not as what it was 20 years ago, but even before the surgery, it was nowhere what it was 20 years ago. So anyway, in terms of bending, extension, I've been able to get past straight to like -3 or 4 degrees since day 1 after surgery. And so that is not an issue. And bending is not really an issue because even though the knee feels really stiff and tight, I can bend it. I mean, I can stand up and bend the knee to 120 degrees, no problem, even when it feels really, really tight. Where I have an issue is that over the course of a day, particularly if I go on a longer walk, a couple miles or something like that, which I do several times a week, my knee starts to still swell up a little bit just above the knee, and in particular on the outside of the knee, just above the knee. And it becomes a little bit unpleasant. The muscles in my thigh above the knee for about 6 to 8 inches become quite sensitive, and it just is uncomfortable. I wouldn't say that it hurts, it's just uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean that I can't go out and walk 2 to 3 miles if I want to. I certainly can, but I know that my leg is going to, when I feel uncomfortable at the end of the walk. And when I start out, the leg will feel quite stiff, but it loosens up pretty quickly within the first 100 yards or so. And then basically I just walk. And I have done some what I would call power walks where I really pushed the pace, got up to nearly 4 miles an hour, and maintained that for the better part of a mile. And my knee was fine afterwards. And so it was tired, but it was fine. So overall, I'm gradually, and the key word is gradually, getting better. A couple months ago, when I went out for a walk, I was wrapping my knee with an elastic bandage, which put some pressure on it, and it made it feel better. I have stopped doing that because the constriction of the elastic bandage makes the thigh muscles feel much worse. So I don't do that anymore. I don't feel the need to. And progression is slow, but it is happening. My knee is getting better. For a while, back at the beginning of December of this last year, my knee bend had decreased. I couldn't get much past 110 to 115 degrees because I had gotten lazy and I quit doing the knee bending exercises. Well, I started them back up when I realized that in early December. I do them 2 or 3 times a day now. Plus, whenever I get up out of the chair, I go over to my spiral staircase and step up onto the second step and bend and lean forward and bend my knee for 90 seconds or so. And I repeat that a couple of times. And over the month, that's let me get back to where I was at my peak, which is around 130 degrees of knee bend. So, I guess the caution there is don't slack off. Keep pushing. Even 10 months out, I'm susceptible to losing flexibility in my knee, which I do not want to happen. But, it's the way it goes. So a few minutes every day, only about 10 minutes of exercise of bending the knee every day is enough to keep it flexible. And if you get lazy, you will, at least in my experience, I lost flexibility. So I got to keep at it. I suspect that's going to be a lifelong thing, that I'm just going to have to do those knee bending exercises 2 or 3 times a day, forever, to keep my knee flexibility up. So the knee is doing okay. I can go out. Yesterday I walked 1.5 miles with my wife. Probably go out this afternoon, although it's cold out there today. It's 25 degrees, so I definitely will have to bundle up. But we'll probably go for, a 1 to 2 mile walk this afternoon. So anyway, the knee is progressing. It's not 100% by any means, but compared to where it was when I last saw the surgeon at the end of August, it's made significant progression. I have to think back to where it was months ago to understand that progression. If I just look at it day to day, nothing really feels like it's changing. But it is slowly getting better. So that's where I am 10 months out. I'll switch over and show you a little bit more about the detail of the knee, where it's uncomfortable and everything, how much I can bend it easily. I've got a chair over here. I'll just go hop on it. And it has been at this point 4 hours since I did my last bending set. And we'll have a look at it. Well, as you can see, I can bend my knee well past 90 degrees. And this, other than a little sort of pulling feeling right here, is not a problem. I can probably go even a little further, scoot forward a little. And that's a bend without any sort of warm-up. There we go, bent it a little bit further. Now this is starting to feel a little tight. And I'm kind of at the limit here, largely, not I think because of the knee, but because of the size of my calf. It's up against my thigh here. So let's take a look at the incision. Here is the incision. Starts here, goes down like that. And it, is not looking bad. It's not sensitive at all, and I can kneel on the floor on that knee. It's a little uncomfortable, but I can do it, and I can get into places that I wouldn't get otherwise. Now I've tightened up the quadriceps, and no problem. How about straightening my leg? There we go. That's about as far as it will go. It's pretty straight. I don't have any issues that way either. The only issue I do have with my knee is that after I've been walking for a while, it swells up here, and I get a real feeling of muscle tightness across here, and it becomes rather uncomfortable. Matter of fact, right now, as you can see, it's swollen a bit right here. As you can see, I can push my finger into the tissue. It's about noon, and I've been up for 5 hours. And that's just from walking around the house and up and down the stairs a few times. And you notice there's very little hair here. That's because I'm always rubbing it like this, which does help. It makes it feel better. So that's the state of my knee right now, what it looks like and how much I can bend it and everything. which is fine. I'm not limited in what I can do. The limitation comes in with the muscles. Okay, so that's where I am 10 months out in my recovery from total knee replacement surgery. All I can say is it's a long, slow process, and you cannot be complacent even 9 or 10 months out. You got to keep pushing, or you will lose ground, and that's not good. But I'm satisfied with the result. I just wish the muscles in my knee were satisfied with it. Okay, thanks for watching.